has nothing to do with exercise. That is completely separate. It's how much are you really, if you're thinking about how much you're in a sedentary position, how much you're actually standing and moving about. And then you actually see that people stop moving.
Mm.
And literally, I'm just going to say those two things are really, I'd say they're my top priority.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
And I literally no longer, have those afternoon slumps at like 3, 4 p.m. that I literally can't keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
That never happens anymore. And then it comes, so I'd say those are two core things that really affect people's energy.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you another thing which I think affects it as well. For me personally, is routine. So having a routine in the morning is really key for me, because it'd be so easy just to roll out of bed and not be bothered. But if you've got a routine and you know you've got to get these things done, it wakes you up, you're ready for the day. I can't imagine that. If I didn't have a routine, I'd be a nightmare. I'd be rolling out of bed late. I wouldn't be bothered. But, knowing I've got to go down, I've got to do this, I've got to sort the dogs out, it's putting yourself, it's putting that commitment onto yourself, even though you don't need to. I mean, if you've got to go to work early in the morning, that work is giving you that commitment. You're getting paid. But if you haven't got that, you've got to do it to yourself, haven't you? You've got to discipline yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, our brain really thrives on routine. My whole life is actually, since I started changing my whole life, mental and physical health, it's literally having a very strong routine. So one of the things, like for example, I have every single morning I get up at 5 or 6 a.m. and I do journaling. I do kind of gratitude thing. And one of the best things I'm going to say, if anyone is listening here, I do cold showers.
Yeah, yeah. Do you do it straight in the cold shower, or do you have it on warm and then turn it to cold?
Oh, godly. I would absolutely be like ice block. No. So you basically start with like with a normal warm shower.
Yeah.
And then I turn it on cold.
Yeah, that is good. I'll do that sometimes. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. No ice baths, though. I don't think I could do the ice bath.
Oh, do you know what? Last year we bought, I think it was from China, we bought like a tub that is a tub, like a bath, that we put it outside, and while it was like a minus outside, and literally so we filled up that bath, and I started kind of going on top, and I was doing that every morning, but I realized that I literally couldn't defrost the whole day. So I stopped doing it. Then I was like, it's not working for me. Cold showers will do.
Yeah, but that's a good, and it's them little things, isn't it? It's not rocket science. Have a cold shower, and it's those little things that get the day started off correct. Whereas I think some people who are struggling with the diet and fitness, you can almost trace it back to what's your routine like? What do you do in the morning?
Yeah, I'm going to say what people prioritize. On what people spend their day on or time on will influence their life, for better or for worse. And if anyone who is listening, really ask yourself, what are you prioritizing right now in your day-to-day life? What do you think is the most important thing? And then you actually see that people are prioritizing things that are just not impacting their life in any good way, and that's kind of cluttering their life. So I think is one of the biggest things that I always say to my clients and let's say my followers is really look what you're doing and start making little decluttering of your schedule, of what you do, of things that maybe you can pay someone else to do it, especially like women and cleaning thing. Like lots of women saying, I can't afford to pay a cleaner. It's like £20 a week to kind of, if you're having someone for 2 hours, and, if you go out with kids, you don't think about spending 100 quid on them to make them happy.
True. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's little things like that. Yeah. I'll tell you a big thing as well, which takes us sort of back to when you were on about your parents, is stress. Because the modern day is very stressful. You've got your phone beeping, people at the door, it's very stressful. You go back to your parents where they're stuck in a rut, but I bet their stress level is quite low. we sort of all get stuck into the stress buster and we make life so stressful. Tell us a little bit about that. I suppose a lot of your clients are dealing with a lot of stress as well.
Absolutely. So there is always, it always comes back to your perception on things and why those things stress you out. What you mentioned about the distraction. So I see a lot of people, they've got, buzzes on their watch, their phone is like beeping. If you're basically working on the laptop, 20, oh no.
No, it's fine.
Are you there? So it's just because you froze. Yes. So what I would really recommend that you actually pay attention is how many distractions in a form of vibration, lights, and you really look at it and start eliminating it. So my Fitbit watch hasn't been connected with my phone for over 2 years. I've literally, again, decluttered my phone, like home screen. I've only used the apps that I use, and they're all kind of tidy pushed, that I actually, it's simply that doesn't distract my mind. And all my notifications are removed so that I can actually only see them when I go into the app.
Yeah.
So for example, Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm really constant, like really mindful of that. And kind of, I mean, those are kind of little changes that make a massive impact on people's lives. But when it comes to stress, that comes back into how do people deal with stress? It's mindfulness, really becoming aware of it, aware of your kind of like scan yourself, kind of, okay, I'm feeling really stressed about today. Well, what do you do about it? People normally feel like, oh, I'm just stressed. I don't have to do anything about it. So I'm always encouraging people, be very proactive about it, because the impact of that will have on all areas of your life, on how you show up as a parent, how you show up as a partner, how proactive you are at work, how you're actually present in your day-to-day life. So it can have a very negative impact if people just feel, oh, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, I think it's like you say, you need to be aware of it, because it's interesting what you say about the watch, because I've got a Garmin watch, and so I got that because if I go for a run, I just want to see my heart rate, just general information. So of course that links to my phone. You go on my phone and oh my God, it tells me how much sleep I'm having, when I'm awake, when I'm asleep, when my heart rate. So now I'm getting stressed looking at my phone. It's telling me I'm not sleeping enough because I'm looking at my phone, seeing what my heart rate is. I'm like, no wonder. So yeah, so it's a little.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought, no, I've got this to try and give me some fitness. It's stressing me out. So, and it's the little, and I think that's the way the world is now, though. It's all connected and interconnected. And it's like, just like you said, the little things like, so I switched that off. I could tell it was stressing me out. And I switch that off. And if you can do that with all them little things, that eases a lot of pressure. And also what you were saying earlier is about feeling guilty. I think sometimes we put a lot of stress on ourselves, you know what I mean, and pressure. And I think that's something people need to be aware of as well, isn't it?
I'm going to say everything starts with self-awareness.
Yeah.
If you are not willing to become aware of everything that you do, everything how you think and how you feel, then what really, because that is the source of how you can start changing things.
Yeah.
When you are not aware of it, when you don't want to look into things, you feel you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But actually, when you slow down, and I would encourage anyone who is listening this, slow down. Just notice what is in your life that right now feels out of control or out of sync, or things that you wish are different. And just ask yourself, what can I do about it?
Yeah, it's true.
Just, really little thing. But what you said, it's like, well, we're just rushing. We want to get everything done. We want to be everywhere. We want to be successful. We want to, be the best parents and give our kids everything. And it's like, and that's how we feel we're getting out of sync with ourselves. With, we just completely disconnected with what we want, what we like, what makes us happy. And life just becomes too much, so overwhelming. And that's how, like, my mental health, and I bet now mental health with so many of other people.
Yeah, definitely.
You simply feel like you can't cope.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And looking at so your website's great, by the way, and I'll put it in the show notes. You've got loads of things on there. You've got free access to training tips and things like that, which people can sign up, which is great. Where do you see this going in the future? Have you got a plan, or are you just taking it day by day and working with clients, or is there something in the future where you'd like to be?
Oh God, yes. I kind of started getting more and more into kind of psychology and mindset, and actually coaching, which is more really helping people to see what their potential is, and also for them to start thinking about their future, but the better future. And I can really see. I'm going to say, I really want myself to become an artist of a conversation, of actually helping someone start getting excited about their future, rather than thinking, oh, my life sucks now. Yeah, I know it's now, but let's just go somewhere else, like in the future. Who do you want to be? Anyway, so for me, it's, so I see myself, I really want to help people to start seeing their life and themselves as gold. That they actually have everything they need right now to make their life a better place tomorrow. But also for them to become aware that they can be at peace and happy right now.
Yeah. So really then, in the future, you'd be looking at doing another psychology course or something like that then? I would take that's kind of thing you'd be looking at.
I think kind of where I am right now, I feel personal development for me, it's basically the part of life, because I just see that there's always more to learn. There's always obviously going deeper into understanding of human behavior.
Yeah.
But what is really interesting when you actually start seeing people start just looking lighter, just mentally lighter and more excited about future. And if I'm able just to kind of, reach one person extra a day to be happier and more empowered, that they can change their life, for me, that's my mission.
Yeah. And also you do on the website as well, you do your little podcast clippets. So these little podcasts, is this something you're going to continue with? Keep giving bits of advice out, or?
Do you know what? So my plan is that all live videos that I'm doing on Facebook, that I put them on that podcast so people can listen. And I've been what would be the word? I haven't been kind of really committed to that, but literally, if anyone goes on my Facebook page or on my private profile, that kind of put it public, everything is there, and I'm showing up every single day, a few times a week sometimes. But I'm going to be moving that on the podcast so people can listen. Yes.
It's hard work.
That's my goal.
It's hard work trying to keep up with everything. You're working with clients, which is your priority. Then you've got social media. Then you've got blogs. Then you've got podcasts. It's hard to keep up with it all, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, literally last week, I had over 30 coaching calls, and I'm just like, how can I even fit anything in?
Well, look, it's good. Hey, it's good to be busy, though. That's the key. Being busy is a brilliant thing. One, because obviously it's good for you to be busy work-wise, but you're helping more people, and you're spreading the message, which is great. That's great news. And I think now people are will put money more. Years ago, people wouldn't spend money on their fitness or coaching. They would go to the gym, and it was simple as that. But I think now people are more in tune to getting someone to help them. They're more open to coaching and mentoring, which is great, really, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like that is the way forward. If I look my last 2 years, and if I didn't have coaches and therapy, I would really say that people who are struggling with mental health, that they do actually get someone who is, a therapist that is going to kind of help them to have that safe place to explore what is that going on inside of their mind. So I would just say, without therapy and coaching, I wouldn't be able to actually feel so free and happy that I am right now. Yeah. So I would so encourage people, if they struggle, to reach out.
Yeah, definitely.
To people who can really help them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always ask my guests for a bit of advice, so it can be the best bit of advice that you tend to give clients or that you've had. Tell us give us a bit of advice.
Advice. Okay, for today, because you've mentioned energy, I am going to advise you to really prioritize your sleep, to not watch screens and social media or TV at least an hour before you go to bed.
What? You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
You're insane.
You can. Yeah, this is one of the great ways that we actually can start detaching from something that is controlling how we feel and think every day. And if you actually put your phone on a charger downstairs or in the other room, and just notice the impact it really has on your sleep or on you, how you feel. Because we all have the desire, I don't want to miss out. But what is exactly that you're missing out? Stress.
Yeah.
Or reminder that your life isn't as it should be.
Yeah.
Like a comparison with other people. So I'm going to say, prioritize the sleep, no watching screen an hour before you go to bed, and don't touch the phone an hour after you get up in the morning.
It's impossible. It's impossible what you're asking there.
Okay. I am challenging you. Try half an hour. Can you do half an hour?
Okay, we'll go for half.
Okay, half an hour before you go to sleep.
Hold on, let me just check my phone. Half an hour, yeah, okay. Oh, I checked my phone.
I'm serious.
If I set the alarm on my phone, I need to look at the phone to see the alarm.
Yeah, just press it. No, you've got watch. Anyway, but this is something that people really struggle with.
Yeah.
It's feeling so connected with the phone, and I'm just going to say that really changes how you feel.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm joking aside, I do totally understand what you say, because the phones control our lives, and it's nice to give that little bit of power back to us. What's the best bit of advice you've been given, Adrijana?
Oh, that's okay. I'm going to say, your thoughts are not real.
Oh, right. Okay. Explain that.
That to me, because I was severely depressed my whole life, and in the therapy that I was doing, my therapist basically said to me, "There's nothing wrong with you." And I said, that's incorrect. I'm totally messed up, and I've got this and that. And she said, "There's nothing wrong with you." Anyway, came down. I'm going to just really summarize really short. She said, the thoughts are not real. And how I've seen it, that the thoughts are just our creation that creates imagination. And what we are experiencing in our minds are our imagination. Yeah. And then I asked her, so are you saying to me that I've imagined my depression? She just said, what do you think?
Yeah.
And that's completely